Do not throw that wig away. You could turn them into braids, but not just any kind of braids, girl. You can go ahead and use those tracks as a sew-in in the middle, so it looks like you got a full boho braid hairstyle, honey. So I'm about to go ahead and save you some coin and some time, okay? Lions say this don't look good. Let me show you how it go. So here's all the goodies that I used. I'm gonna list every single product that I use, link down below, and it's gonna take you to my TikTok shop. Trust me, you'll thank me later. And if you're not following me on TikTok, you're lost. Anyway, so yeah, this is the raggedy wig, child. I had this wig for about like 7 years. The lace is done. The lace is over with. The lace is cooked. So there's no need for me to even try to attempt to revive this wig. Absolutely no point. So instead of me throwing it away, because this wig was a hefty coin, I'm gonna go ahead and revamp it into braids, and then I could just keep using the hair over and over and over again. So this is what it looked like originally when I first got it, and I wore this wig out through the mud, okay? So this is my hair right now, boop. You know, it's already bleached, already and all that, right? And comment down below if you guys want me to tell you the freaking horror story on how my hair even got to this color. Pretty much, I went to the salon and it turned out to be a nightmare. And so, yeah. So to my loyal subscribers, literally one day I was black and the next day I showed up with this color. If you guys want to know the tea and the story, I will be more than happy to tell you. Comment down below. But anyway, so as you see, my hair is bleached to freaking filth. So in order to save my hair, I'm gonna cellophane my hair, and I'm gonna do the exact same thing to my wig so that it matches my hair. So I cut my Forever 21 bag in half because it's going to get messy. So to avoid any patchiness, I bleached the hair track by track, okay? And got my cute little whisk and bleach and developer. And I go ahead and mix it until it looks like pancake mix in a way, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and separate track by track, and I'm gonna go ahead and take the bleach as close to the track as I can, because I mean, unless you're looking for the dark root kind of look, then obviously this wouldn't apply, but I'm trying to have my whole head one color. So as you saw, I put the bleach all on one side of the track, then I flip it over and I cover it with bleach again. I am going to do this on every single track of this wig, okay? And boom, it turned out like this, right? I let the bleach sit in a shower cap bag into my little hair dryer for maybe about like 30 minutes on medium heat. Boom, it turned out to be this really cute blonde. I should have left it in there a little bit shorter. I should have left it in there for maybe 20 minutes to 30, but hey, we're already here. So now it's time to cellophane it. So make sure you pay close attention because it's about to get a little tricky. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the cellophane and I'm gonna go ahead and separate it like track by track and put it on the roots or the track as much as I can. Then I'm gonna go ahead and flip it over, but it's gonna be 2 tracks instead of 1 track at a time. And as you see, I busted her open. One side is that way, one side is that way, okay? Then you're gonna go ahead and put the cellophane on the other side of the track to make sure there's no patchiness, okay? Then while you're doing that, you're going to go ahead and put some cellophane on the other track so that it's, you know, saturated and marinated in the cellophane, right? So go ahead and put it on the tracks as much as you can. Then you're going to go ahead and put the cellophane onto the rest of the hair. And whenever you put it onto the rest of the hair, be generous, okay? Be generous, okay? Because if you're going to be stingy with it, you're going to have patchiness. I'm going to tell you that right now. Just trust me on this, okay? Buy 2 or 3 more bottles of cellophane than you think you need. It's better to have more than to not have enough, okay? Then once you put the cellophane on one side of the track, you're going to go ahead and massage the cellophane into the hair as much as possible. You see how I spread her open and she still got a little bit of blonde in there? We don't want that. We're still going to go ahead and cellophane the other side. But just to make sure that there's no patchiness at all, we're going to go ahead and massage her in, comb her through, you know, take our time with it, right? Then you're going to flip her over and do the same thing. You're going to go ahead and, you know, massage it through, massage the cellophane from the other side onto that side, so you're not wasting the product, if that makes any sense. So go ahead and keep massaging it. You're going to go ahead and add cellophane onto the other side of the track. Again, be generous. You'll thank me later, okay? So once you go ahead and put a generous amount of cellophane onto that side, you're going to massage it a little bit more. I know it's a lot, but it's going to slay, okay? Just trust me. And again, to speed up the process, you're going to do this 2 tracks at a time instead of 1 track at a time. I know it's time consuming, but it's going to be worth it. And I'm saving you a lot of money, sis. So There's a reason why they charge this much. So once you go ahead and you're pretty much completely done, as you can see, you're going to go ahead and roll it into the wig until it's one ball. I have a head hair dryer, which is also listed on my TikTok shop. But if you don't have a head hair dryer, I will go ahead and put it inside of a shower cap bag and then a grocery bag. And then I would just pretty much tie it closed onto a blow dryer while it's running on medium, okay? While it's running on medium heat. Once you let the wig and your hair sit in cellophane for at least 4 hours, now it's time to go ahead and take this wig apart. The fastest and easiest way to take off the tracks is to get an eyebrow razor and separate the tracks, and you're gonna cut the thread. This method saves me a whole lot of time compared to like getting scissors and cutting it that way, because literally like you just snip a little bit and then rip, snip it, rip. So now that we have all of our tracks out, you didn't think we was gonna leave the hair that was on the lace. We gonna go ahead and use that too. We paid good money for this wig. Despite it being raggedy now, we gonna go ahead and make good use of it. So go ahead and cut these little dreadlocks out. Then once you go ahead and cut out the locks on the lace, you're gonna go ahead and cut it and then comb the root out. Boom, you can use the hair. This little $5 hair clip, y'all, is a game changer. I'm gonna go ahead and show y'all in a minute. Y'all already know I'm obsessed with the Black Panther braiding gel. Best braiding gel I've ever used, okay? No flakiness, no dryness, it's smooth. Just use it, trust me. So go ahead and you're gonna go ahead and get some of the gel, braid your hair like normal, right? So in order for it to be like really full at the root, this is very important to pay attention to. So you're gonna go ahead and get the 3 strands as if you're gonna braid, but don't braid just yet. You're gonna go ahead and get a piece of the hair and you're gonna put it through the grip clip, okay? It's like an extra pair of hands. So you're gonna go ahead and put the other end of the hair into the middle. I prefer to put it in the middle, and you hold it, then you braid. You wanna be able to have a leave out of the hair at the top as much as you can to get that fullness at the root. You welcome. And then you're gonna go ahead and get another, put it through the grip clip, and then do it again. So I did this process, I want to say I did about at least 6 leave out sections of hair on each braid, but I would say on average I did about like 10 to 12, right? Because we want that fullness, we want that volume, okay? So I would prefer to do at least 6 to 10 leave out sections of hair to get that fullness. But if you don't want it big, then obviously you put less, girl. It's your prerogative, okay? So you're gonna go ahead and pretty much take out sections of hair, put it through the grip clip, and braid. That's simple, right? Now I'm gonna go ahead and be quiet and let y'all see the process until we get to the end of this braid. Okay, I'm back. So we're gonna go ahead and get a piece of hair and you're gonna take it like in half, and then you're gonna put one in the middle, one on another side, and you're gonna braid, right? And then as you keep braiding, one of the 3 strands of hair is gonna be real skinty and about to run out. Okay, you can either choose to split the hair on one of those pieces and let it share, or you can go ahead and just add another piece for a little extra fullness at the end. Okay, but if you're going to do that, I would suggest that you let majority of the hair be on one side and then let the other side be short, if that makes any sense. So yeah, then I would just continue to braid down for maybe like an inch, no more than an inch, or however long you want to do it for. And make sure you always keep braiding gel in between your fingers while you're braiding. So now that we're at the end, you're going to get one little piece of one of the strands of hair and you're going to, you guessed it, loop it and swoop it and make a little knot. Okay. And to get extra security, you're going to loop it and swoop it one more time. Boom. And just because I'm a perfectionist and I'm going to therapy to fix that, and I'm not completely cured of that yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and cut the little strands of hair. Obviously be careful because we did not use braiding hair. We did not use braiding hair, people. So make sure you're careful if you're gonna cut little pieces of the hair. Okay. And same thing with taking it out. Obviously I wouldn't cut anything if you're gonna take it out. If you're a real one, you already know my kryptonite is the unbraider tool. That helps me save so much time and it makes taking down your braids a much smoother process. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you the process again, but this time I'm not gonna talk your ear off. I'm gonna just let you watch and learn. So now that we braided the perimeter of our head and we have the middle that is left, we're gonna go ahead and braid it. But before we braid it, obviously we gotta brush through it. But I'm gonna tell you this right now, I'm just the plug for y'all. Trust me, I'm the plug. This blow dryer is everything. Y'all see in my past videos, I always use this blow dry brush. I've been using this for years. Your arms will no longer be tired once you use this blow dry brush. You'll thank me later once again. So now that our hair is blow dry, we're gonna go ahead and braid it back. Don't mind my cornrows. This is only my third time ever cornrowing in my life. If you want a good laugh, feel free to check out this video, okay? So we went and go ahead and braided our hair straight back. But if you see here in the very, very front top area, we kind of did it around. And I'm gonna show y'all why in a minute. So with your hang time, you're gonna go ahead and lift it up and sew it up. Before we go ahead and sew those hang times up, make sure you oil your scalp. The Blossom hair growth oil is not to be underestimated, okay? I'm probably gonna regret putting this in my hair later because I'm probably not gonna be able to keep this style for long because that hair growth oil, I haven't met one that can match it. Sorry about it. And then as far as the castor oil, that's just a little extra moisture. You know, it won't hurt because we don't want you to pat your head all summer and you're gonna need that extra moisture. Okay, so you're gonna go ahead and clip your hang time so that it's out the way and you don't have to hold it the whole time. Get your needle, get your thread, and you're just gonna sew it like normal. Over, under, and then over, under, and then over. And you just do that a whole bunch of times, child. Like, it doesn't have to be perfect because literally it's not gonna be seen. It's gonna be covered by a bunch of tracks, so you don't have to worry about doing it perfect. And also, I would highly recommend to not do it tight. Okay, it's not going to do anything special. It's not going to make the hair last longer or nothing like that. If you do it too tight, you're going to regret it later. That's all I'm going to say. So again, you just keep looping it around so that therefore you have no hang time left and until it's pretty flat. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Then whenever you cut it, leave a little bit of room to go ahead and make a knot. So, I was so pissed right here because now I had to find the needle on the floor. But once you go ahead and cut the thread, you're gonna go ahead and make 2 knots. You just loop it, and guess what? You swoop it. And you cut the excess thread, and this is what it's gonna look like at the end. So you're gonna go ahead and sew the tracks straight ahead until you get to the top. So we're gonna start at the top of our head, and you see those little tiny short hairs? Make sure they are facing up, and you're going to put the track that's gonna be at the top only, you're gonna face it forward. Flip it, and you won't see the tracks. Yeah. So once you go ahead and sew the track in the front like normal, like how you see these stitches right here, you're gonna go ahead and sew side to side, and that's what's really gonna help you to not see the tracks at the top of your head, because you don't want to meet a 6 foot tall man and he see the top of your scalp and he see tracks. No, you're gonna go ahead and sew the tracks like normal at the base of the track, and then on top of that you're gonna sew it side to side like how I'm doing right now. And once you go ahead and pretty much done doing the front half of your head, you're gonna go ahead and make a knot like normal. But this knot is gonna be a little bit different because we want it to be extra secure. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna go ahead and sew it in like normal, right? You're gonna go under and over, but you're not gonna close it all the way to where the loop is gonna close. What you're gonna do is you're gonna put that needle in between that loop. I'm not sure if you saw it there. Look, you put the needle in between the loop. See right there, I put the needle in between the loop so that it could be its own knot. Okay, so again, I'm showing you right here how I sew the tracks like normal, and then I sew the track side by side. And then again, you make 2 more knots to secure it, loop it, and what you do? You swoop it, and you cut the excess, and boom, look at this. What tracks? What tracks? Yes, I ate that. So yeah, so you can't see any tracks, and then on top of that your braids is going to be layered on top of that, so they really not going to see nothing. So here I'm just reminding you of the direction of the tracks that they're in. I love this curl la la stuff. Love this stuff. So go ahead and put a generous amount around your hair, and yeah, and then I have a spray bottle with just warm water and a little bit of the curl la la in there, and I spray it all throughout my head. And then once I finger detangle my hair, I'm gonna go ahead and then brush my hair with a Y2 brush. Be a little gentle at first, and then once you feel comfortable, then you can go at your normal speed. And after you brush your hair, you crunch your hair up to get the real definition of the curls, and boom, we are done. Finally, we are done. What? Stop playing with me. You would have never ever thought. Look at the before and look at the after. And we just saved us like what? Like almost $2,000? Because you didn't have to buy the hair and you didn't have to buy the services. You ready for summer or nah? Because I slayed this and I ate this down, and you're so welcome. So why don't y'all go ahead and do me a favor and follow me on TikTok and Instagram and subscribe, okay? And go ahead and thank me in the comments, boo. I love y'all so much, and we are almost at our goal to 1K, so make sure you subscribe, and I'll see y'all in the next video. Mwah.